This is the 2023 Kia EV6. Which one?
GT model.
GT, which means what?
It's freaking fast.
Is it freaking fast, or is this the quickest car we've driven this year?
For me it is. I don't know about you, but this thing's by far the fastest car I've driven.
Okay, time to launch.
Wow. That's a rocket.
So that was 3.5 seconds. Kia says we measured 3.7 to 100 or 3.4 to 0 to 60 miles per hour. Still pretty damn fast, I have to say.
Yeah, and you stopped in what, 40 meters?
Yeah, the reverse procedure, 40 meters from 100 to 0. So those big fat calipers in the front, they work, because I think the non-GT model needed a few extra meters.
I think it's the nice green color that they painted them. That makes a big difference.
Could be. You know what else this car has?
What?
Drift mode.
Wow, that's a lot of smoke. It's stinky.
This is like the TNT cartoons. You can only do it once. That was fun, but I don't think the tires are going to last if you keep doing that.
I can't smell anything. What? Alright man, look, you got the regular model before I could even drive it. You hogged the whole thing. So what's the difference between this one and that one?
So the normal, we had the GT line all-wheel drive long range EV6 before. You can watch that video by clicking up there somewhere. So this one has the appearance package that's a little bit more aggressive. Very minor details though. It has the big 21-inch wheels with the nice bright calipers in the back.
Those are honking big.
Really big. It has Goodyear Eagle something F1 tires because it needs to handle all that power. It has the same size battery as the other one, so it's 77.4 kilowatt hours. And that's why, because it has the same battery and bigger motors, it has less range. So this one is rated at 332, but both me and you, we realized what?
What?
That you can do more than that if you drive it sensibly and you don't use all that power all the time. So our predicted range, the car is predicting, is like what, 385, 90, something like that.
I was too scared to kind of drain the battery because I don't have a level 2 charger like you do. I have to sit there and wait 60 hours for the damn thing to charge up.
Without a charger, you can't do anything. That's why you have to buy your own Flow home X5 charger like mine, because it's the best charger ever. But you know what's really funny in this car? Let's say you apply 20% throttle and you're going in normal mode. And then you keep your foot right there and you just press the GT button. Look what happens. I didn't change my throttle position. I just did that. Isn't that crazy? How it changes everything?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And then you can
Whoa!
even kick the tail out.
Really?
So I think that this car is a little bit dangerous for people that are
like Jason,
unsuspicious of what's going to happen if you press the throttle pedal really hard. Like, you have to be very mindful of this car, right? Don't you?
What?
I was warning him when I gave him the car. I'm like, be careful with this one. He's like, yeah, whatever. Then he pressed the GT button.
I thought he was messing around. He was like, it's a Kia. I'm like, how fast could it possibly be? Eat it.
Yeah. It is a Kia, but it is a very quick Kia, I'll tell you that. One thing also that's different between this and the regular EV6, whatever, are the seats. So these are all manually adjustable bucket seats. They look great. They feel great so for me, I was explaining this to Steve earlier. So see, one pedal driving, I pedal is on, so the car stopped. Anyway, so with my body type, which is like a bigger torso than legs, so I have short legs, whatever, my proportions are fucked up. But with my proportions, I feel too much lift on my legs, and my actual legs are going numb. I had the same complaint in the regular EV6. This one I find is a little bit better, but it's still shit.
See, I had the opposite experience. I'm so comfortable in this, although I have longer legs, and I've lost some weight, but I mean, given the seats and how they are and how snug they fit the body, I don't know. I thought it was really comfortable. I didn't have any problems with it. My back wasn't hurting me at all when I was driving it.
The driving position on this thing is still the deal breaker for me.
Yeah, you know what? I first disagreed with you. I thought it was fine, but once we started talking about how the steering wheel starts blocking certain information. And I was like, yeah, okay.
So everything is the same as the regular EV6. You should watch that other video, really, because there's no point in covering stuff that, you know, this does exactly the same thing. The vehicle to load, it has the same infotainment, the same no wireless Apple CarPlay.
It's got a green
it
button
has
on
a
the
green
wheel.
button on the wheel, which is GT. The other one doesn't have it. And when you press this green button, this is GT. That's when you get the full 576 horsepower and 545 pound-feet of torque. That's why this thing is a bullet.
Yeah, it goes. And if you see the 0 to 100 and see how fast it takes off away from me, oh my lord.
There's torque steer on this EV.
Yeah.
There's torque steer.
A lot of it.
However, to get the full 3 point whatever seconds 0 to 100, you do need to have at least 80% battery or more. If you have less than 80%, you won't get the full experience.
So I had a 78. I pushed that button.
Sorry, there's a very nice turn coming up. Let's see handling. You ready?
But I was
So handling is, as I said,
a
a little bit tricky. So the body leans.
No kidding.
It is an SUV after all. But yeah,
Oh,
it's fun.
Come on.
But
Stop.
I don't think this is as well sorted as the regular one. Okay, I'm going back to normal when I'm done.
If you ever had a workout and you're really sore, never get in the car with Jason.
Yeah, that's his plug that I'm working on. Look at me, I'm all tricep buff.
Look at my biceps.
Uh-huh. Anyway,
Look at his boobies.
let's wrap this up before we talk about my boobies. So we have the interior, no complaints. Good materials, nice design, no creaking and cracking, nothing. It's good.
No, it's perfect.
Space
well
under
insulated
here.
too. You hear nothing, just like the other one.
Very nice. Good enough sunroof. It could have been longer, but
AR infotainment in the.
yeah, it does all the same stuff that all the Ioniq 5s and EV6s do. Has a pretty big glove box there. Did you open the glove box?
No, I haven't actually. Let me see.
Look at that.
Holy cow, man! It's a monster.
Yeah. The Nissan Ariya still
Oh.
takes the cake though because it has two.
Oh, I thought this was a button that had a flashlight like the beamers.
The rear seats are also very comfortable. They have lots of leg room, headroom, whatever. The trunk opens massive. It's like a lift back, so lots of great space back there. So it is a very practical family car, other than the fact that it doesn't go very far. So the EPA range is 200 miles or 332 kilometers, which is one of the drawbacks. But it is quite efficient. Like on average, it's using about 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which I think is okay. It's just the fact that it's too powerful and they didn't up the batteries. Usually in the more performance models, they up the batteries a bit. This time they stayed the same. So, ride comfort, what do you think? Suspension?
Really comfortable. You go over bumps, potholes. I can say that because I actually went over one. And,
Agreed.
I mean, it really sucks up the bump really well. It's quiet about it, and it goes straight.
Look at the difference. Taking the same corner in normal mode.
Really?
I like how it's playful. I like all the Ioniq 5, Kia EV6s, whatever. When you step on the gas, they're playful. Like they send more power to the back, which is awesome.
Yeah, great.
But I don't think handling is a little bit sloppy on this car, I'll be honest. It's given the power
Really?
and everything.
Oh,
It's if you drive it at the limit, it's like even in drift mode, right? Like I tried drift mode as you saw, and honestly, I wasn't really able to control much. It's just like a sudden snap. See you later. It's not that you can do like a nice wide circle drift, or at least I can't, or I didn't try much because the tires. But honestly, like it's like in drift mode, you step on the gas and it's like understeer until it goes whoosh, and at that point you're like just doing a donut. So I don't know. Whoosh, whoosh. That's the best description I can do. Whoosh. It is what it is. Anyway, let's get to the price. This thing here costs how much?
So it's around 50 grand starting price, but this one's 80,
Yeah.
79 and change.
This is just under 80,000 Canadian dollars,
Just
which
shy.
means it's
Yes.
probably a bit over 70 in the US. It's not cheap, is it?
No, but you know what? I've got to say, it's packs a lot for the money, I tell you. So, I mean, it's got
It's
the
nice.
power, it's got the build quality. I mean, I don't know, man. I think the 80 grand is worth it. No?
So the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y Performance are very close to that price, and you have better range in infrastructure, blah, blah, blah. We know all the stories about that. They are working on or by the time you see this, maybe it's already out, the Ioniq 5N, which I think is going to be the same as this, but in an Ioniq 5, which I like more. So maybe go for that one. This one for me is a deal breaker because I hate the seat in the driving position. The rest of the car is actually not bad.
I don't mind it. I would go for it, to be honest.
But yeah, overall score out of 10?
I give it a solid 9.
9, that's high.
Yeah,
So,
I like this car.
Because of the range, the seat, I can't give it anything more than a 7.
Really?
Even though I
You're
love the rest
mean.
of it, but the range and the seat,
You're so mean. Boy.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I give it a 9. I would have given it a little bit, well, not much more, but I don't have a level 2 charger. It's going to be hard for me to live
But
with.
that's
if I
your
didn't have
fault,
it,
not
but-
not the car's fault. So.
No, I know, but I mean, it's an EV problem for me, so you know what? Ignore me.
Till next time, see you later.
Adios.
Perfect. Perfect.